Hi guys, James from DBG, and we're going to do a little bit, well, what I've been doing a lot of lately, an unboxing, a review of these miniatures. These are for a project I'm planning on trying to get done before the end of the year, depending on commission work. At the moment, I'm waiting for stuff to arrive, so I'm working on my own stuff. That's going to be the focus of another video, probably coming out towards the end of the week, if I can get everything done by the end of the week, but we'll see. Anyway. These, as you can see, are Warlord Games, British Expeditionary Force, British Infantry. They're for the early war period. These are specifically for the Battle of France, May to early June 1940. But I'm planning something different for these guys. I'm going to be using these guys for the desert campaign of 1940-41, because whenever you see 8th Army or the Commonwealth troops running around the desert, you always see them in shorts. You always see them around the time of the Second Battle of El Alamein in 1942. But the desert is cold at night. It's also cold in the winter time. And the British troops actually used or wore full battle dress, not the cut down shorts, but full battle dress throughout the winter months. And throughout the desert campaign. So I thought, not many people do that. So these guys are going to be for Operation Compass, which is General Richard O'Connor decided to do a brief offensive against the Italians who invaded Egypt in the September of 1940. So he fell back, gave space, reorganised and counterattacked. And he pushed the Italians in 5 weeks from Egypt all the way to Benghazi, 500 miles away. And then other things happened, and what they call, I can't remember what it is. Anyway, the Benghazi steeplechase, I think it's called, or something like that, where they go backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Germans get it, then the British get it, the Germans get it. But it was Rommel coming over in February 1941 that pushed the British back to Egypt and the various battles along the way. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm going to do, we won't worry about these guys. These are just the 10-man sections that you get in there, so they go to one side. In here is something very special, very dear to my heart, that we'll look at once we've looked at these guys. So as you can see, I think this is quite an old box. As you can see, it's a bit worn and torn. I got it quite a good deal on eBay. On the back, it gives you some pictures of a infantry section, a little bit of blurb about the BEF and what happened, and then it gives you here what you get in the box. So you get an officer with 2 attendant riflemen. That won't happen. I don't like having 2 riflemen with an officer, only one. The other one I'll probably try and convert into be the artillery officer that you get free with British forces. A 10-man infantry section, including a Bren, 2-man light mortar team, 2-man anti-tank rifle team, and a 3-man Vickers machine gun team. So let's see what we get. Right. Yes, it's quite an old box because obviously they're going back to plastic quite a lot. So you would get your 2 plastic blisters in a cardboard reinforced package. Just make sure no one floats about. This one looks like it's got the weapon teams in. I can see Vickers. This one looks like it's got the infantry section in. So let's see what these guys look like. And yes, MDF bases, which means that's quite an old, because even the new packs, they all have the plastic bases now, so this is probably a couple of years old. Anyway, so here we have the head sprue, and I think it's the officer head sprue, so you've got 2 officers' heads there. Looks like a wounded soldier's head there, and a bare head there. Oh no, he's got glasses on. Now, I'm not fond of the ones with glasses, so hopefully there's enough heads to go around. I don't need to worry about that. And if we go, I think a head's come off and he'll be in here somewhere. Or not. But I'm sure I'll find it. Anyway, so there's a loader for the Vickers machine gun. There's the boys anti-tank rifle. And I believe this fell out earlier, which is the bipod of the boys anti-tank rifle. There's a Bren. This one doesn't actually have a bipod, so I think that might have fallen out. So we'll look into that later. We have an NCO. We have a 2-inch mortar loader. We have the ammo carrier for the Vickers machine gun. We have the base and the torso of the Vickers machine gun. And then these guys, a 2-inch mortar, the spotter for the anti-tank rifle, and the loader for the Bren. So we'll put all those to one side. I'm going to open up the other box. Out they all pop. And again, MDF bases. I might change those over for plastic ones, but we'll see. So this one, we're going to get all the rifle sections, and we've got some more heads. Looks like I do actually have a head floating around somewhere. I'm sure I'll be able to find that somewhere. Anyway, so there we have our officer in a great coat. Looks like yes, he has a pipe. Very British officery. We have some riflemen. All these are going to be riflemen. Some of which are going to be attendants for the officer. Some of which are going to make the infantry section. And then we have the head sprues. So you've got that one there in a pilot's hat. One in a covered helm. Yeah, they're all the same. So I do have a head and a bipod missing. That's not too much of a problem. I'm sure I'll find other bits and bobs lying around from my bits box I can use for that. Anyway, what's in here? Now this is something that will bring a tear to your eye and a skip to your heart. Something that is quintessentially British. Something that I am very, very fond of and brings great joy to my life. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Matilda II infantry tank. This is a miniature from Blitzkrieg Miniatures. It's 1/56 scale. I bought this for something else and I never got around to using it. Now I get to use it. It is different to the one used by the BEF. One used by the BEF didn't have any smoke discharges there. Didn't have these storage racks with these extra bins at the back there. It was just a plain turret, and I don't believe it did not have the auxiliary fuel tank at the back either. But this is an amazing kit. It really is. This is one solid cast piece, and it's fantastic. But just look at the detail on that. That is amazing. Does her proud. And this is the turret. And the only bits I had to stick on were the machine gun, the 2-pounder, the turret hatch. I believe this spotlight should have gone up there, but it slipped out of my fingers when I was gluing it, and now it's there. And that's where it's going to stay, because I don't want to risk damaging the turret trying to break it off. So there you go. That is a thing of beauty, a thing of joy, a thing that will lift your heart if you're a British rifleman in the Western Desert Force in 1940. These things slowly, majestically crossing the plains of Africa, taking on the Italian tanks. And it's a performance these tanks gave against the Italian tanks that gave her a nickname of the Queen of the Battlefield. So there you go. That hopefully is going to be a project that will get done before the end of the year. I'm also planning on getting some Italians to go up against them. This lot, incidentally, will, and the 2 infantry sections there, comes up to just under 750 points. I have had to make this a veteran Matilda because I haven't got around to buying the additional bits. So I'm going to get a 1825 pounder, a CS9 armoured car, and a couple of Bren carriers to carry some people around, stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully I'll get these done before the end of the year. There'll be more videos for you to watch on these guys. So as usual, guys, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTubey stuff, share it around, tell all your friends. As usual, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.